What's up, everybody? So I'm hopping on because I put on my Insta stories a little poll to figure out how people are feeling as we go into the new year. And obviously how you're feeling because you follow me is really important. And one of the overwhelming response was that a lot of you feel lost. It's actually been a part of a few conversations that I've had as we begin the new year. And I wanted to get on and just talk about it and offer some tips. So welcome to the Basics of Bossing Up, where we discuss basic principles in order to create the lives we want. I am Allie Love. Today we're talking about being lost or feeling lost. This concept of being lost and feeling lost are two different things. Being lost is you don't have your next steps prepared for you. Some of us are in that space right now. And if you're in that space, take a moment, take a break, take a breath, and realize that you are not alone. And that's not a bad place to be. The expectation is that we have it all figured out, whether you're in the space of being lost or feeling lost. We all have this overwhelming cloud that says we're supposed to know what the next steps look like, or what's our 5-year plan, or what's our 10-year plan. And the reality is that most people do not know what they're going to do next, or how they're going to accomplish any steps following that, even if there is a next step or isn't. So if you are in a position where you are lost, you are in a space where you don't have anything that you want to do going on, I want you to recognize that you are not alone. If you are feeling lost, let's say you have a job, you're pursuing a business, you're pursuing and navigating the next steps in your career, and you have an idea of what's next, but you still feel lost, I also want you to know the exact same thing. You are not alone. There are many of us who, from the shiny outside on Instagram, putting up pictures that look cool and look great, and this is my team, and this is what I'm doing, and we are in the same space. Many of us are in the same space. Whether you are lost or you're feeling lost, we are in the same space. So my overarching theme to kick us off is to let you know that you are not alone. Hence why on my Insta stories, there was an opportunity to let everyone know how you're feeling. Although it is pretty, clandestine, like private, there was an opportunity for you to let people know, to show up and say, you know what, I am feeling lost. Okay, so here's where we get into the nitty gritty. In the Basics of Bossing Up, it is very important to me to not only articulate why or how, but of course to provide tips. So with this being said, why you're feeling lost may come and stem from different areas of your life. Whether you're unhappy in a career, you don't have a career, you just got fired, you're feeling lonely in a relationship, you feel like you've fallen off the wagon of a new year, you're starting all over again, you just got in a divorce, your kids are going off to school, so you have an empty nest. There are many reasons why you can feel lost and why you're lost. How do you navigate those feelings? 3 easy points. I wouldn't say easy, but easy to say, harder to do, like most things, right? The first thing is to figure out if you're wondering what the next steps look like, whether you have a career or not, whether you have kids or not, wherever you are in your space, is to figure out, one, what you're good at. Now, most of the things I'm going to say in this video isn't going to be profound, but it's just a reminder of how to navigate the next steps. What are you good at? As you navigate life, honestly, those things will change. What you're good at in your 20s, what you're good at in college, what you're good in your first job, what you're good at as you're owning a business is going to be completely different. So you want to ask these questions over and go over it in different seasons of your life. First thing you want to do is write down all the things you're good at. Don't write down something you're interested in. Don't write down something you're passionate about. No, literally in a competition, if someone said, we're going to bake cookies, if someone said, we're going to write an essay, if someone said, we're going to make a shirt, are you good at that? Could you come out in the top 3? Given the competition was small. Not saying you have to be the best in the world at anything, but what you're good at, what you think you are good at, that you're like, you know what, this tastes good. This is wearable. So one, write down what you're good at. The second thing you want to write down in a different column, maybe side by side, I'd say, is to write down what you love to do. Now, this is where your passions come in. What do you love to do? I'd say, I love going for a run. I love plants. I'm not good at it. It wouldn't be my good column. I'm working on that. I love horticulture is like something that I love doing. So write down all the things you love. And this, you want to be really forgiving in this column. Get as many things you love together. And then once you have all those things, you draw 2 circles and find where they intersect. Are there any overlapping qualities of something that you're good at and something you love to do? And there may be many. And even in that point, you're like, okay, Allie, I did this, and there are like 5 things that I'm good at and I love to do. One, I would say kudos to you, my friend. That's awesome. Continue being the boss that you are. Some of us, that spot in the middle where it intersects may be nothing. So it leads you still at the point where you have abundance, or nothing at all of this feeling of being lost. Because if you have abundance, you're like, what do I go to next? I have so many options. It's such a buffet here. And if you have nothing at all, he's like, I'm still at the same place. But what you should continue to do is answer those questions over time. So I'd say write all this stuff down, look where it intersects, put it away, and then do it again. You want to do this, give yourself about 2 months, 3 months. Anytime I'm vetting something, asking for feedback, vetting an opportunity, thinking about a contract, an agreement, a relationship, I always say, a 3-month mark for me personally is kind of the timeline that I give myself. Most of us think we are supposed to have the answer as soon as we write it down. It's supposed to be clear as day. Some of us will have epiphanies, but it doesn't naturally happen that way. So these are just some first steps. Again, first steps are always best steps. They're not going to solve all your problems, but they're going to get you closer towards figuring out how you can get out of that space of feeling lost. And one of the last things I want to talk about, well, maybe you're not feeling lost in the sense of, yes, my career is going well, my business is thriving, my relationship's great, I just naturally feel like I'm a lost person. If you are that person, I am not in a space to necessarily give you the tools to navigate that space. However, what I can say is just a friendly reminder that I am here for you. These videos are here for you. I want you to tap into your smaller inner circle of friends to make sure that anytime you feel alone, that you can reach out to them, that they can support you in the way that you need to be supported. And also, speaking of that, I think it's also interesting to figure out, how do you need to be supported when you are feeling lost? What is the support that you need? Do you really want someone to give you advice? Do you just want someone to listen? Do you want someone who knows to do a combination of both? Do you want someone to come over and sit with you? Do you want someone to give you a gift? I don't know. There are many ways to navigate that, and it's all very different and subjective. And it is up to us to figure out how to articulate what we need, even when we're feeling lost. We don't know what the next steps are. But I know sometimes when I'm feeling lost, I'd like for people not to give me advice. So please just listen. It's most times what I end up opting for when I'm just in that feeling of loss, and it has nothing to do with anyone else. But if you are feeling lost in your career or next steps of your life, it comes marriage, dating, stay together, break up, Venn diagram. What are you good at? What are they good at? What do they like? What do you like? Where do those things intersect? Figure that out, write it down, let it sit, mull it over. Don't rush the process. You are doing great. This is a little longer because it is important. Being lost and feeling lost are very similar while being very different. And I want us to understand, most importantly, like I began this video, is that you are not alone. And this is just us trying to boss up and create the lives that we are destined to live. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.